Welcome back to another OMLab tutorial. Today we're going to be touching on auto-tuning and pitch correction. We've gotten a few questions recently about how to do it. Specifically in Logic, we're just going to show you with a basic native plugin, a stock plugin that comes with the DAW, as we feel it probably translates easiest to whatever DAW you're using and their native plugin. All right. So again, you can follow along with pretty much any DAW. And we are going to be working with a short snippet of audio to make things easier. And we just simply grabbed a short little ditty from the user Clankbeeld at freesound.org. Singing I'm sorry, so sorry, and we felt that it was pretty fitting. If we're going to be playing a sample again and again in your ears, then we might as well apologize in the process. So without further ado, we're just going to play this really quick so you get an idea of what it sounds like.
I'm sorry, so sorry.
Okay, so just out of tune enough to have some adjustments made and for them to be noticeable. So here we'll just drop down in our plugin menu and grab the pitch correction tool. And it's really quite simple to set up. There are very little things to have to manage on a very basic level with pitch correction. So we're just going to cover the very basics to get you started. And we'll probably touch on this topic again in the very near future, get more in depth for some rather specific techniques and workflows. But just to get you started, we're going to start with our response time all the way down to 0. And that's going to make the effect of the pitch correction a lot more dramatic and noticeable. Okay, we'll show you an A/B comparison later. And detuning, let's go ahead and maybe detune it halfway up between the middle point and or 0 and max. And as with the faster response time, with greater detuning comes a more dramatic effect. So again, it's more readily noticeable. So we're just going to play this back. The last parameter that we really need to dial in to get this going is a scale. So the tool knows exactly what it is correcting the vocals to, okay, what it's supposed to match up. And of course, for you, it's going to be based upon whatever project you're working on, of course. So let's just go ahead and listen to a few options as this plays through so you can get a good idea of what's happening.
I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry.
Okay, and you'll see a few things are happening here. These bypass features are being used to create the boundaries of the different scales that we're flipping through. And if you'd like to hear a variation on these settings, let's go ahead and turn the response time up by quite a bit. And we'll bring our detuning down to 0. So there's actually no detuning present, and it's going to ease into these changes. You know, and much like making a compressor a little smoother, you'd notice the changes a little bit less.
I'm sorry, so sorry.
And of course, it's pretty noticeable here because we're forcing it into a scale that it wasn't supposed to be in. But again, this is just a basic low-level introduction to pitch correction and auto-tuning for vocals. So again, you just set your response time. The more apparent you want the effect to be or more dramatic, the faster response time you should be using. And same goes for detuning. The more noticeable you want it to be, the more of that, you know, Mr. Robot kind of effect, you want more detuning. Okay, and then you just want to make sure that your scale is matched up to your project, and away you go. And that's it. Again, we'll probably touch on this in a future tutorial, not too distant future, hopefully. So if you have specific requests within that area of learning, please let us know. Shoot us a comment and leave it below in the feed, or visit one of our social profiles and reach out that way. You can also visit any one of our websites in the network and use the Contact Us page. As always, we hope this helps. We hope we hope that it made some sense and that you can put it to use in your very next project. And we thank you for swinging by. Cheers.